Between Hugo Ekitike and Mohammed Kudus,
Hmm.
which of these players will you prefer Chelsea should invest more in? Looking at the price tag on them.
Okay, I think before we start our talk, we should let people know the price tag of Ekitike and the price tag of Kudus.
I guess based on rumors and
Mm.
speculation, Hugo Ekitike price tag is around £83.9 million, while Kudus is around 80 plus.
Okay.
Understand? But I know it's around 80
Mm.
plus.
So, but the thing is that 80 to 83 or 84 million
Yes.
is not too far above. Let's just say it's the same thing.
Yes.
But the question, and first of all, my pick is Mohammed Kudus.
Okay.
Now, the question is a player that you've seen or you've watched in the Premier League and the one that you've not seen in the Premier League at all, who would you bank on for your club to sign? Considering the amount of money that is about to be spent, at least with Kudus, you can be rest assured to a point. I know there is nothing guaranteed in this world, but you can be like we are trying to reduce risk here. You can be rest assured that this guy has matched the pace, has matched the intensity. We've watched him severally for West Ham. I think this should be his third or second season in West Ham now. Second season. He has not been all that bad. He offers what a good winger or a good player as a whole should offer to a club. Is it dribbles? Is it physicality? Is it goal scoring? Is it versatility? It gives you all of that. So I'm just saying, Ekitike is a very talented player. He's still young, such as Kudus too. But what edges Kudus over Ekitike for me is the fact that he has matched the pace and intensity of the Premier League. Simple.
For me, one thing I really believe about players and making choice while taking players is growth. I believe in growth. Now, a player without the desire to grow, such player cannot be renowned. Such player cannot even go far. And that's my problem with most of our Chelsea forward players today. I will not really stick to what Dave has said, picking Kudus over Ekitike, because you know why? Now, the reason why I love Ekitike is because this player, in his first season, he had just 8 goals. And in the second season, he had 22 goals. That's the type of player that wants to grow. Neither will I say I'll pick Ekitike with my whole chest. Yes, he might come and might not do well. And you cannot also bargain for Kudus that if he comes, that he will do well. Because how many goals does he have for West Ham this season? I'm not sure he has up to 7 goals for West Ham this season. Now, if I'm calling the likes, okay, let me not call the like of Delap to this, because Delap is more like a striker in Ipswich. But for me, any player that the club feels that he's goal-driven, like he's willing to grow. That's the essence of football is, if you don't want to grow on your personal skill and strategy, there is no need of coming to the club. Because now, Kudus now, he might be playing now in West Ham, coming to Chelsea, say, na bigger team, now they, just like the way Madrid, all of them they do for there. If you want to follow that their vibes, so they do big boy for field, and which we don't want for Chelsea. Why do you think that the team is keen on bringing young players? They need boys that they can guide, more account and do this thing. They need people that they can press, that the coach himself can talk to. For me, over and over, I will not say I'm upsetting Hugo Ekitike with full heart, but I would prefer, based on his versatility, that guy, following the way he plays, he can also work as a good winger. He has pace. I don't know how many Chelsea fans have watched him. I've not really watched him. Yes, I've watched Kudus. Kudus is good. Nobody is doubting. He has his personal. But putting my major talk here is personal growth. For the fact that on your first season, you are giving 8 goals. And in the second season, you catapulted to 22 goals. And you are young, just 22 of age.
You talked about personal growth.
Yes.
Now, let me take you back. We signed Christopher Nkunku from Leipzig, right?
Yeah.
And I think the last 2 seasons that Nkunku played at Leipzig, his numbers were smaller than the numbers he put out in his final season at Leipzig. If you remember, he won the golden boot of the German league before he left Leipzig to come to Chelsea. So you can as well say that Nkunku grew more than the previous season when he was at Leipzig.
How many goals does Nkunku have for you in Chelsea this season?
How many goals does he have?
I'm putting a question to you now. How many goals does he have for you? Wait.
Let me answer you now. Let me answer you. At most, Nkunku has let me say 14 to 15 goals.
Okay.
But would you say you are comfortable with Nkunku playing at Chelsea?
When Nkunku came to Chelsea, was he a bad player?
How many games did he play for you to judge if he was a bad player or not? How many games did he play?
The issue of Nkunku was just injury, which we all could attest.
So
that when he was playing, every Chelsea fan was feeling.
Are you insinuating?
Twitter analysts, you will see that most of them they say when this guy was in Chelsea earlier, this guy was playing well.
Are you insinuating that Nkunku is good for Chelsea or not? Answer the question.
Did I say that?
No, I'm asking you a question.
I'm not saying that he's good for Chelsea because of currently now because he's not growing.
So you're talking
really emphasizing on the growth aspect.
Now you're talking about growth, and I'm giving you Cook. Or should I give another example? We signed Timo Werner from Leipzig, isn't it? And the numbers that Timo Werner did, let's go and check.
You are just having issues with German league players. That's just your issue. But don't forget that Haaland was the highest goal scorer there in Dortmund, and he still came to the Premier League and still won your highest goal scorer. What are you saying? All players are not the same, guy. You don't say that. Don't use that approach to follow them.
All players are not the same, but you cannot deny the fact that when we want a player to come to the Premier League, we need to also find out if that player can fit into the Premier League. Would you disagree with me?
How do you find out that Hugo Ekitike cannot fit? Now, I'm not saying that Chelsea should bring him, but I'm only giving...
Now, that is your problem because you feel that I don't want Chelsea to bring Ekitike. But you just gave me 2 options.
Yes.
I picked my option.
And I picked mine also.
Exactly. I don't have any issue with you picking Ekitike or not. And I don't have issue with Chelsea signing Ekitike. But the issue is that we are trying to look at what will be more of a lesser risk for the club Chelsea.
So who will be risky?
It will be risky for me. It will be risky for me. At least Kudus has played in the Premier League for 2 seasons. Are you
saying this based from the angle of the league the 2 parties are playing?
Exactly. Now, the issue now is that Gates feels like anybody can come from any league and perform in the Premier League, which is very true. But we should also deny that other players has come from different leagues to the Premier League and they found it hard to adapt to this Premier League. And the Premier League, as we all know, is a league that is very intense. Let us not remove that fact.
Okay, let's do like this.
It's very intense.
Let me do like this now. A good player is a good player. Now, a good player is a good player. Everybody knows that Kudus is a good player. Yes, I appreciate him. I'm not denying the fact. But look at the pattern that your coach plays. Now, do you know why Chelsea is really keen on even Hugo? Because he's a more versatile player. Hugo can...
How is Hugo more versatile than Kudus?
Kudus is versatile also.
Kudus is much more even versatile. Kudus can play as a 10, can play as a right winger, can play as a left winger. Kudus carries the ball better than most of our midfielders in Chelsea today.
You know that
for any midfielder, only winger.
Really watched Hugo. Have you really watched him? See, Kudus is good.
Where is Hugo better than?
That is how you said Kudus. When we wanted to sign Sterling to Chelsea, we signed Sterling. Was it not from that same Premier League? We signed him from Man City, who was doing very well.
I just told you that it can never apply to every player, but we cannot still undermine the fact that the Premier League is intense.
Accepting to. Now I'm still telling you that same thing I'm saying about the German league. Same thing cannot apply to every player that comes from the German league. It cannot apply to every player that comes from the German league.
Now they offer these 2 options, and they are giving you give us a player that will be of a lesser risk for us.
With the price tag.
With the price tag. Considering what has happened in the past, you need to remember some certain things.
The truth about the matter is that the 2 players are good, no doubt. But I don't want to dance to a particular angle. But if I'm to be more realistic, I believe that we'll be more factual about this conversation more if we watch the both parties.
The both parties, yes. Very well. Because if you watch I watched the highlight of Frankfurt against Tottenham.
No,
Oga,
leave what
nobody
you
will
have
not get no player will not get good highlights.
See,
But when you are watching, at least when you are watching highlight, because
You pick
you pick
key moments.
some things, and you know when I was watching Hugo's highlights, you feel like I don't watch Hugo because of you.
I know you watch him.
Because of you, I don't go to watch Hugo way because of these gifts.
So now, how do you describe Hugo as a player?
Fine, he's a striker. He's very young, but my opinion, you might not agree with it. Please put out your opinion if you don't agree with it. I feel like the guy needs some time to develop before he gets into the Premier League. I don't know. That is just my opinion. I know what I'm saying. I know what I have observed. Not like he's not a good finisher. He's not a good player, but I don't see that balance. I don't see that balance. Take it or leave it. That is my opinion.